I knew it was 6. But look, it was a tough game, a tricky pitch, I think. So the partnership between the captain and Billings was really important for us. A bit lucky, I suppose, to get over the line with the last ball, but a good partnership by them too. Yeah, it was close. I probably could have got back for 2. Would have been close, but then I was thinking it didn't make a difference really because we needed 7 to win. It wouldn't. If I'd not got back, we'd have still needed 6. So it wouldn't have made much difference in terms of what we needed off the last ball. So I was then tried to make the split decision that my partner had only just come in and faced 1 ball. I'd faced a few. It's a little bit of potluck. It could have been either of us, but I felt like I'd take responsibility and give it a chance, and thankfully it worked. No, look, it's exciting. I think whenever you win a game of cricket with a 6 off the last ball, it's something which I've never done before. So I've been in that moment before where you have to try and hit for 6 and haven't been able to do it. So to get one over the line is something I'll remember. And obviously with it being my first match in BPL as well for this team is makes it a little bit more special. No, you don't have time. You don't have time to think like that. I actually quite like the ball outside off stump, so I was expecting a slower one. I was expecting a cutter, so I was set up for that. And then when the ball comes quicker, you just react, and reactions took over. It depends. I mean, from a bowler's point of view, I'd love to bowl on that every day of the week. There was a little bit of movement with the new ball, bit of bounce, bit of carry. There was a bit of swing. So it was quite nice to bowl on. I don't think the batters would want to bat on that every day, but I think occasionally a game like that is good. You don't always want it to be 110 versus 110, but at the same time there was a bit in it for everyone, a bit for the spin, a bit for the seam, and the guys that got in batted reasonably well. So you don't want to play on that pitch every time, but I think occasionally it's pretty good. Well, to be honest, we got 2 off the first ball, and then we need 7, and Moen's an experienced player. I was backing Moen to we were 1 hit away, and if there's anyone you want at the end to be 1 hit away, it would be Moen. He's a great 6 hitter, but the pitch was hard, and to be fair to Ashraf, he bowled a really good over. Was bowling real slow and cutters wide outside Moen's arc and bowled really well, and he was just struggling to hit them because they were bouncing and gripping. I was just trying to between balls. I was talking to Mo, just saying, keep trying to hit straight. We're 1 hit away. Keep watching the ball. Next one. That's the sort of conversation. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But as I said, if there was anyone I wanted at the end to be in that position, it would be Moen. In practice, you're always talking to each other and trying to learn. I think, particularly for me, coming to these conditions, it's foreign. I'm not, I've played in Bangladesh many times with England, but coming here as an English player or a foreign player is always difficult to get used to conditions. So you try and soak up as much information from local players as to what works, what doesn't work, how to play certain deliveries, what deliveries work as a bowler. So trying to just, even at my age, I'm getting towards the back end of my career, but you're always learning, always trying to develop. That's the conversations we've been having. Khalid Ahmed, I'm not going to lie, I'm awful with names. Which one is Khalid Ahmed? The one who I fought for. Yeah, I've been here 3 days, so give me a little bit of respect. Very good. I know he's played Test cricket, he looks like a promising player. He's obviously very good seam bowler. In fact, he got 2 extremely big wickets at the top. Getting the opener and then getting Liton Das was 2 big wickets at the top. It meant that we could squeeze and they didn't get away from us at any point. And I think he was actually a little bit unfortunate not to get Pfeiffer. So, good bowler, still learning, obviously, but a lot of talent. When you do feel like a game is slipping away from you a little bit, but whenever you only need a hit, whether it be 6 or 4 or whatever it is, I think I always try and put myself in the bowler's shoes, and you're always under pressure to defend the game and to win the game for your team, and it's always a tough moment to bowl 6 amazing deliveries, so you try and put yourself in the bowler's shoes and realise that he's under pressure as well. So you felt like the game was slipping away, but the fact that we were always only 1 hit away gives you confidence. I don't think you can ever be too confident. and have too much complacency. I think you've got to be careful of that creeping in. Obviously, we've got another game now in 24 hours' time, which we'll have to get back, recover, and think about, find out who we're likely to be playing, and then look at their weaknesses, their strengths, where we can perform well. I think that's the most important thing in cricket. Regardless of the format, once a game is gone, it's gone, and everyone starts on zero next game, whether it be batting or bowling. And you've got to turn up the next day and put in another good performance. So that will be the message from the coaches and from the players, to just stay level, stay in the moment, focus on who we're playing next. This game's gone. No, so I tried to think where I would bowl in that moment. As a bowler, that's what you try and do. You try and think about where you would bowl. And generally, if you need 6 to win, a wide Yorker is a really good ball, because it's a hard ball to hit for 6. Obviously, you need to execute the delivery. But then also on that pitch, the slower ones were the hardest to hit, and Fahim had bowled 5 slower balls, cutters. So I was expecting the cutter. I set for the cutter, and then when it was pace on, I just react. Yeah, Moeen had a big part. Moeen's been here a lot and played a lot, and then when I retired from international cricket, I wanted to experience some different leagues and different experiences, and this was one that I've never done before. So I was in comms with Moeen, and Moeen said that the team were keen for me to come. So we eventually got the deal done.